here again. I got a couple ideas for this episode. I want to get this a lot more grown out. I want to change up the house a little bit because I had some thoughts about what I wanted to do with it. I got another thing I wanted to do was get iron because I'm running low on iron right now as well. So this might be a combination video, kind of me cleaning up this area, level grinding, maybe some mining. I don't know. This will be kind of a weird amalgamation of nothing particularly interesting. So if you're here for the ride, thanks for joining me. Otherwise, have a nice day. Alright, so now that all the real ones are here, let's get to work. So I watched a video about fishing, and I think you have to have like a 5x5 pool for it to be like really fishing worthy, which I want to make it a little bigger than that. But also, skylight access is a big thing. So if I can figure out where this is. Alright, 768, 109, 768, 109. Let's see if I can figure that out up there. Alright, 768, 109. So, this is my corner. Oh, I have some iron right there. That's good to know. While we're here, I wanted to talk about the enchantments because I don't think I went through all the enchantments, but got the respiration, which I'm really happy about. This one turned out great, goodness. Yeah, that's excellent. I think you can get more thorns on that, so I'll try to go for that for sure. And then we're gonna try to get mending eventually, but that's a great chest piece. Fire protection. I found out you really only want to have like one of these if you want to spec into it. Otherwise, just all protection is the way to go. So I think having this spec'd into fire protection is good because fire is, I feel like, a pretty prevalent thing. I feel like you're going to die more to fire or lava, even though I guess if you're in one of those situations where that's bad, you could drink a potion, but then this keeps me from having to make potions all the time. So I don't know. Only thing that's going to kill me with like a blast is creepers, realistically. And but projectiles is one that you could maybe get me on. But for now, I think fire protection's fine. We'll just see how it goes. And then we got this Death Strider and Feather Falling. It's freaking great. Got our protection. Excellent. I'm getting pretty stacked. Of course, y'all saw this last time. I think y'all have seen this, and then just efficiency on the axe. So, you know, my biggest weakness is that I don't really have a lot on my mind while I'm playing the game. Like, I can't think of things to say as easily. So I've kind of thought, I've been trying to think of ways to combat that. And one of the ways I've thought I could do it is by recording the audio after the fact. But I do wonder if that will kill some of the natural flow of things, and so maybe I could also mix in some of the real-time audio, but then I feel like that's more work than it's worth, because then I'm trying to mix in two different sets of audio, one where I'm recording, coherent speech, and then the other one where I'm recording just gameplay reaction moments. The other way I've thought to combat it is by writing down things as I think of them. And what I mean by that is during my day-to-day life, I do think, imagine, imagine that. But I feel like I have good thoughts or like interesting thoughts, things that are worth talking about, but are seldom in the presence of others. So I have written some things down to try to talk about them later, even though I've kind of thought about them to some extent and kind of talk about them and get the ideas out there. And we'll see how it turns out, see if I like it, see if y'all like it, Not that I get a whole bunch of feedback on these videos or anything, but that's another idea, is that if y'all had topics or ideas that y'all wanted me to talk about, I'd love to talk about it. Leave a comment. I like seeing comments on there, even though it's from Chris half the time, so. Ooh, there we go. Gotta be careful now. I was working on that. I was like trying to have a staircase so that I could get out here. I was being smart. Got too excited though. Oh, Travis. Yo, what's up, Travis? Hey, dog. Dude, he's bugging. So I think I could do like a Q&A kind of thing. The only problem is you have to have a big enough pool of people that are interested in you to ask you questions for you to answer. I think I'm gonna try to go MLG Pro on this. Let's see if I can make it. Oh, what's up, Salmon? Dude, that looks pretty metal. You see the sun right through there? Or no? Is that? Yeah, it is. Right? I think it is. Anyway. So, in the spirit of the questions and the things I've written down, one of them is that I like being able to talk about things that are, I don't know, deeper or at least deeper than surface level, things that I guess you wouldn't hear in a everyday conversation, I guess. Which I know that's kind of a meme, like the I just want to talk about philosophy guy, but but whatever, I like it. And the only thing about that is I feel like I have an issue talking about it just because I don't explain things well, or at least I don't explain things well while I'm trying to do other things at the very least. It's not that I don't understand the concepts, it's that I'm just very poor at explaining the concepts in a way that makes sense to other people. Because I don't know if anyone else has the problem of trying to get their brain to work for how other people think, like how a normal person thinks, I guess. Which I guess there's not really a normal person, but you know what I mean. Translating thoughts into actual words and sentences that people can understand isn't the easiest thing ever. So part of me wonders if it's that, if it's like how my brain thinks about it. That's great. Or if it's, wow, please die. Part of me wonders if it's just about how my brain thinks about it, or if it's how I'm communicating. See, even right now, I'm feeling like I'm not making much sense. But that's kind of why I'm thinking the recording beforehand might be a good idea. That way I don't have to worry about what I'm doing or how I'm playing or anything, and I can just relax and play the game, and then whenever something cool happens, it happens and we can talk about it then. But in the meantime, I get to talk about the topics that I want to talk about coherently, and then everybody wins. Oh no. I'm sorry, Salmon. You know what doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me is why we've decided as a society to keep some subjects taboo. Like, are the things maybe uncomfortable to talk about? Sure. But I think that we could stand to benefit a great deal if we talked about some things more. You know, like, I, I don't think having more knowledge or more openness about a topic is a bad thing. Right? I mean, why would that be a bad thing? I guess is the better question to ask. Powerful knowledge in the hands of bad people is a bad deal. But assuming we have more good people than bad people, I don't know. Can we assume that though? Okay, so assuming we have more good people than bad people, that would balance out whatever evil that could be there with that knowledge. It's like the syndrome quote, right? If everybody's super, no one is. If everybody's got the knowledge, then even the people who are misusing that knowledge can be stopped. Now you gotta hope the majority of people are good or are doing the right thing or whatever you want to decide is the most beneficial outcome. But let's think about this on the flip side, right? If everybody's a bad guy, or if more people are bad guys, then yeah, that makes sense. Don't give people the knowledge. But I guess that also kind of flows back to blissful ignorance or, you know, golly. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why things are taboo, right? Because for some people, it's painful to talk about those things. And that's why we don't. It's because they'd rather live in ignorance, which I guess is their choice. But then why, again, I'd ask, is it that we as a society collectively choose that? So, because, like, I personally would rather have the knowledge than the peaceful ignorance. And, you know, maybe if you're okay with living without that, then that's a better way to live. And you need to just keep on living that way because it probably makes for a good life, generally speaking. At least a lot less stressful life. I don't think it's for me, though. Alright, so I think I'm gonna kind of take my riches back to the house. I'll see what I can enchant there. I've been trying to enchant books so that I can apply them onto the armor and whatnot. So I've had this idea, and I don't know if it'll work or not, but you know, I got this whole area where it's just ocean, you know, and I'd like to make little ports so that I could like park my boats on either side whenever I go to and from places. Like I think that's kind of a cool idea. But the problem is that I think that's a shipwreck. I don't know if I've looked at that shipwreck actually. We're gonna check it out. Alright, are we taking a detour? I think we are. Let's go check it out. But so the problem with the whole port idea is that nether portals exist, and using them is a lot more efficient. So it doesn't feel like it makes a whole lot of sense to use the ports whenever I could just do nether portals. But the idea that I had was that you could put the nether portals on the water, and then maybe you could drive the boat through the water and then have it go out on the other side, and then have like an ice highway and run your boat along that, and then have it pop out again outside in the water, just outside of where you're trying to go to, you know. And so that kind of felt like a cool way to maybe do it, but we'll just have to see how all that works out, because for all I know, you might not even be able to put a portal on the water. Dude, oh my gosh. Alright. There wasn't a Heart of the Sea in there, was there? Because that's what I really wanted. Or the Nautilus shells. Oh no, there is a Heart of the Sea. Heart of the Sea is guaranteed, right? Okay. Alright. So, cleared all that up. Sand is in that chest. If we ever need it in the future. Which I'm sure we will. Yes, yes, come here, my children. Got a yellow. Alright, who hasn't eaten? Brown. Who's the other yellow that hasn't eaten? Was it you? No? Was it you? Hey, it was you. Hey there, little guy. Making more friends. I have many friends. Let's go ahead and enchant like I was talking about earlier. Respirate here. Let me take all this off because I'm not going to remember what I've got. What am I looking at? Respiration. Alright, 3. Okay, respiration 3 is already max. Ugh. Depth Strider 1 is pretty trash. Power 1 is also pretty trash. I have another pickaxe I don't want to try to enchant, right? I want to try to get fortune on it, so... Oh. I could disenchant it. I mean, might as well, right? Oh no. What have I done? I need a button in here or something. Can I put a button right there? That's not how that works. Okay, Hey. Let's go ahead and make a... What are you doing, Axolotl? Get back in there. There you go. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all going crazy? Being silly out here. Fishing rod, fishing rod. Cool. Yeah, if I just have no options, I'll go with this. Put this here. Efficiency 3, yeah. Not great. And then unbreaking 3 on the... I mean, I guess we can go with respiration and just see if we get anything else. Worst case scenario, I just disenchant it. Yeah, okay. Quick charge. Eek. Thorns on. Ugh, golly. Terrible books. Efficiency 4 right there. Has a chance. Luck at this C3. Let's go with the pickaxe and see what we get. Just efficiency 4. That's depressing. Alright. Riptide will be kind of cool, but I'm not gonna use Riptide over channeling and like the one that I can throw. Cool idea. I'm not gonna use it though. What we got here? Yeah, bunch of. One won't even show what it is. Okay. Unbreaking 3, Fortune 1. I don't want to settle on Fortune 1 though. Let's just try Unbreaking 3. Hey, that's pretty good. Alright, that's a good fishing rod right there. Not perfect, obviously, but pretty dang good. Book, what you got? Quick charge 2, gross. Okay. Unbreaking 3. How much is max unbreaking? 3. Okay. Let's try it. Unbreaking 3 efficiency. Dang, it's really good. Dadgummit. Ugh. Alright, well. That was kind of a bust. The fishing rod turned out good. Look at the C2. Yeah, I mean, I might as well combine that while I'm here. Alright. Cool. So yeah, in truth, I probably need to start working on the underside here, and I want to change some of the blocks in here to be sideways so that it gives it a little more texture, because this feels very up and down. All of this is really just stemming from me feeling like I don't know what I can and can't talk about, or maybe not that I can or can't talk about it, but just that what I feel comfortable talking about on here. Which, if it's just me that I was worried about, then it wouldn't be an issue. But it's not that I don't feel like I can talk about certain things. It's just one of my philosophies with this channel is gonna be, if I wouldn't talk about a subject with anyone that I know, then I don't want to bring it up here. I think that generally I could talk about a lot of things with people I'm close to or people that know me. It's just I don't really feel the need to unless asked, unless I'm provoked. Not provoked. There's a better word for that, but you get the idea. I'm just not one to initiate that, but I would definitely like to talk about the intricacies of many things. Social constructs are something that really perplexes me generally. Things that we do to ourselves because our culture tells us to, or that we just have accepted, or it's just like something about the way that our brains work and how humans react to certain stimuli. I mean, those are the really curious things to me, I suppose. And I just don't feel like everybody I know would want to talk about those things, even though I wouldn't have a problem talking to them about those things, if that makes any sort of sense. The whole thing is you don't want to like just jump in on somebody and throw out a whole bunch of conversations that nobody wants to hear because obviously they don't want to hear them. I don't want to impose myself on anybody or make them uncomfortable. And so that's why I'm just wishing that a lot of topics weren't as uncomfortable for people. But I guess the only way that you make people more comfortable with the conversations is by talking about them, right? That's where our paradigm shifts happen, is with the hard talks, the tough decisions. I think if you have any friends that you can talk about the weird things with, those are the friends you want to keep, you know? That's the good stuff, as they say. It's just unfortunate though, because a lot of my friends have moved away or on different schedules now, and it's harder to get in touch with them or be around them. Growing up sucks, and nobody likes it, and we need to stop it. So join me today to reverse aging and make life good again. Hooded Figure 2024. No, I could never be president. I'd hate that so much. The bureaucracy would kill me. That's another thing that's unfun about growing up, is all the bureaucracy, all the red tape, all the do this, go here, pay this much money. Oh, you want to be a person that does these things? Yeah, okay, well, now you have to do you have all these other prerequisites that aren't fun. Like, hey, you want to record Minecraft videos? Okay, well, you gotta have money to live somewhere, to eat, and to have power, and to get Minecraft, and to have something to play it on. All right, so that's already like, okay, that's a good bit of money, right? Assuming that you're not bumming off of somebody else, or I say bumming. You can live with your parents without being a bum, but there's a barrier there. And so what's the most common answer? Okay, well, I got to make money, so job. All right, job. So now you probably need to have a car so that you can drive to a job or drive to an interview, or at least you have to have internet, which is a whole problem in itself. But all right, you have a car. All right, that car needs gas. It needs oil changes. It needs registration. Like, dude, like, do I get why it's a thing? Yeah, yeah, I do. But also, it's just annoying to no end that all of these things require so much more involvement. But the common thing, you hear people say is, "Oh, that's life," and granted, I've said that plenty of times. Oh yeah, that's life. That's just how it goes. Like, things suck sometimes, and nothing you can do about it. But there is something we could do about it. I mean, we could choose to do this a different way. Now, is it ever going to happen? Probably not. I mean, this is how it's been. This is how we made it, and big sweeping changes like that don't come easily. So unless there's a revolution coming anytime soon and we get to rebuild the government from the bottom up, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But regardless of if it's likely or not, we should probably still try. Not to overthrow the government, but I mean, if we need to. But you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. But if we need to, trying to change things in a civil matter, I think, is worth the time and effort. I don't know. I believe that broad scheme of things, but am I going to do anything about it? I don't know. Probably not. But I also don't feel like I'm that guy. I'm not the type to sit down and look at documents or try to. I'm not a charisma guy. I'm not. I mean, I know I just tried to lead you to a revolution, but you see, it's not going very well. So I don't think I'm the guy to spearhead that necessarily. But if put up a campaign and you had a pretty convincing way of doing it, I'd chuck a couple dollars your way. I'd want to make some changes, but I guess we all would, wouldn't we? Whatever. There's more important things than talking about taboos and vehicle registration. I'm starting to think I'm sounding like a communist now. Like, yeah, well, I don't want to pay for registration and taxes, and what's wrong with sounding like a No, that feels wrong. I don't know. No, is it wrong, or have I just been trained to think it's wrong? That's something to think about. That's another thing. That's like your heuristics. I don't know if you've heard that word. I think I'm using that right. But from what I understand, heuristics are what your brain makes in order to circumvent thinking. Like, because if you had to think about every single thing that you thought about, like if you had to really process every single thing that you thought about, it would be awful. You'd be me. You'd be sitting here like, hang on, processing. Yeah, it'd be bad. You don't want to be like me. Trust me, I've lived it. So, point being, is that my whole life, or well, I guess for most Americans, you hear communism bad, and so what my brain generally leads me to think is, oh yeah, communism bad. It's a neat idea, but like isn't good implementation. And I don't know. I haven't tried it. Maybe it is bad. Maybe it's terrible. Maybe it sucks. Maybe it's never been good, never will be good. But maybe it's okay, and I haven't given it a fair shake. Because like taxes are sort of a communist system if you think about it, right? Like, I don't know, and I probably have the concept or definition of communism all wrong. Maybe it's socialism. I don't know how it all works exactly. But the idea is that you take taxes from everyone to pay for the group's needs, right? I believe in that. I think that's a good thing to do. I think, maybe it should be voluntary instead of just taken, because just taking it does feel wrong. Saying that you have to do it is, I guess, where that gets slippery, right? Here's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think that, like how churches do, they take tithe and then they distribute that out to the people, and or whatever needs to be done with whatever programs they seem to deem necessary or important. Which so what the church is doing is like taking the collective goodwill of the people and distributing it out accordingly. And since a church is a group of like-minded individuals, they are all probably going to agree on whatever that church is putting that money into. Problem with taxes and government right now is that we're not all in agreement. Like, maybe spending all the money on wartime stuff isn't how you would spend your money, if you were the government, but that's how the government likes to spend their money. So, you should have voted for better people, or whatever their argument would be. I don't know. But then that makes life suck too if you have to decide every single thing. Golly, there's so many things to think about. Life is complicated, man. So, in conclusion, life is super complicated, and I don't have the answers. Because it's easy to complain. It's easy to say, oh man, this sucks. But it's a lot harder to go out and do something. Alright. So, I got all of my items moved under the house in that kind of basement area for now. Quite a bit of moving, but it's done. Now I think I'm going to come out here, kind of pick up some more of the blocks that I had to leave behind. Yeah, it's a shipwreck. I might have checked this one already. Curse of Vanishing Death Strider. Hey, bamboo. Bamboo's actually something I can use. Sick. So like a captain's quarters, there is. Oh yes, let's go. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's check out that buried treasure map. Alright. Well, this is somewhere I don't know. Yeah, so that's definitely out here in the water. Gonna really try not to dig out a whole ravine like I did at the island. I'm digging out a ravine, aren't I? These treasure chests are awful to try to find. Which, I mean, I guess is why it's buried treasure, but... Ooh. Oh. Hello. That kind of spooked me, but... That's cool. Hey, there we go. Now that I have an inventory full of sand. Hey, the island looks pretty good though. House looks great. Hey, what do we got? Ooh, baby. Oh my gosh. Forgetting this is tradition. There we go. Alright. Dude, I think that's a whole ocean monument right there. Yep. Sure enough. Got one that close to the spawn, that's crazy. Well, not spawn, but the house. Oh, dang. That goes deep, don't it? Oh, okay, yeah, they got a whole ravine here. Jeez. Golly, dude. Make a little diving bell down here. Ooh. Yeah, there's no way I'd be doing this in real life. This is sick, though. I didn't really think it would go down to like diamond level or anything, but dude, that's redstone though. It is a lapis, dude. What Y are we at? Right at 0? Yeah, I think underwater mining is like the way to go now, since diamond clusters can't spawn like in next to air. But I don't think this counts as air, you know? Dude, you got a whole cave. Oh my gosh, it just goes straight down, dude. Oh, these caves are insane. Alright. Just gonna look for any other, like, easy money. Dude, oh my gosh. We're going big time, baby. Oh my gosh, how many is that? That vein just kept on giving. Underwater mining is where it's at, dude. It's so great too, since these magmas, the magma gives you air. I mean, you can really stay down here for a long time. I mean, it really does feel like just having diving bells like set up every so often. Oh, yeah, with this helmet with the breathing on it. Yeah, I mean, that's just plush. I think I'm gonna take my riches and go. Oh, great. Nighttime. Is that a shipwreck? Oh, that's sick. Nothing really down here. Oh gosh. Okay. Wait. No. I need to go back. I need to go back right now. Man. This is gonna be close. Oh, right there. Ooh. Beautiful. I was counting a little too much on having some magma down there. Oh, yeah, this is one I've been to already. Dude, 11 diamond ore. Like, that's nuts. Well, that was a cool detour. As all of these have been. So yeah, that's big loot, my guys. Dude, the house looks so good at night. God, that was weird. Well, I didn't have a great way of ending this one off, so I'm just going to cut it off there. One thing I wanted to mention is if you want to name one of the axolotls, go ahead and leave a comment in this video, and in the next video I will name one of the axolotls with your given name. But in the meantime, hope you enjoyed the video, and this is Hooded Figure, fading out.